Hey guys, I'm back. Told you it'd be like, what, 5 minutes? So yeah, now I am here to give you my SummerSlam 2017 predictions. This is the third year in a row they were at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, like takeover. And this SummerSlam is going to be just like last year's, a 18-hour event where it's going to take up your whole day and probably kill you us all slowly. So yes, just WrestleMania, it's understandable. It is WrestleMania. Let it be a 100-hour event. It's the biggest event of the year. Sometimes that's annoying, but fine. SummerSlam, we're just gonna get right into it. That's my little rant on this fucking 18-hour show. It's gonna kill us all slowly, especially me while I'm trying to watch Game of Thrones and other. Get to the card. All right, we're gonna start off first with odds on the matches. I believe that will be on the pre-show, which is about 2. I don't think I have anything else expected to be on the pre-show. These are the 2 matches I expect to be on the pre-show. First off is Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo Amore suspended above the ring in a damn shark cage for the 3rd time this year. Not Enzo 3rd time, but 3rd time at the stupid stipulation. This match is going to be a piece of crap. Cass isn't liked. He cannot survive without Enzo. That's why they have Enzo stuck in a damn cage up there, so they can have Enzo near Cass. It's not going to work like it did with Strowman and Big Show, because Strowman is the greatest thing in wrestling right now, and Big Cass is the least favorite thing in wrestling. Either way, Cass is going to win. It's put over for him. It's not going to work, but this match is going to be... This match, I'm telling people to skip. Just skip it. Don't even watch it. Just watch, like, what's on Sunday? I don't know what's on Sunday at like 8 o'clock. Fuck. Just watch something else for about 5 minutes. That's how long this match is going to be, like 5-7 minutes. Next up, we have is the Usos challenging the New Day for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. Last time they competed at a pay-per-view, they gave Match of the Night. The only reason to watch the last pay-per-view was the last pay-per-view Battleground. That was the only reason to watch it. This one, it's not going to be as great as that one, but it's still going to be a good match because the New Day and Usos have probably shown they have the best tag team rivalry, clearly, in probably WWE's past 2-3 years. Yeah, I would say 3 years because, yeah, about 3 years. So, I see the New Day retain, and they just won the belt. They are Vince's favorite tag team because why else would they be why else would they have broken Demolition's record and be a three-time tag team champions when we've seen in this PG era no team lasts more than 2 tag team title reigns unless you're the Usos and New Day. So yeah, I see the New Day retain. Still gonna be a good match, but not as up to par as the Battleground match. So. Next up, we have another SmackDown match, and that is Randy Orton taking on Sexy Rusev, or Handsome, whatever he wants to be called. This match should be pretty decent, should be a good, excitable match in ways, because we're all hoping we get motivated Randy Orton, or as many people now call him, Twitter Randy Orton. Hope we get that one where he just doesn't give a fuck and actually goes out and does something fun. This match, it should be fun, but me personally, and I know many others, Rusev should go over in this match because Rusev really needs the win. I know Orton, he just beat Mahal last week on SmackDown, the WWE champion too, and then Rusev super kicked his head off, or sidekick, whatever he wants to call it. It's a version of the super kick, just the Bulgarian way, I guess. So yeah, Rusev should win, but yeah, Rusev should win. I don't think he has a SummerSlam victory or has even competed at SummerSlam yet. Yeah, last year the match never happened, and I don't think at 15 I think he was injured. So yeah, he's never had a SummerSlam match. So this should be his first official SummerSlam match, and big win for Rusev. Next up we have is the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt versus the Demon King, Finn Balor. We are all expected to see the Demon King return and the greatest entrance in WWE history finally return after literally a freaking year. Hopefully Finn doesn't get hurt at this year's SummerSlam like he did last year. So this match could be one of the top 3 matches of the night because you have two very good workers. Wyatt, who's one of the better workers, just gets horribly booked, and Finn Balor is probably one of the top 5 wrestlers in the world today. Excuse me. So yeah, I expect that to be fun. Now, see, for me, this is weird because Bray Wyatt needs another big win. He just had some big wins against Seth Rollins at the last Raw pay-per-view. Oh, Great Balls of Fire, goodness gracious, and I believe the Raw after. So he had 2 good wins over Rollins. Really hasn't done much since. Then immediately started feuding with Finn Balor. Finn Balor does need a big pay-per-view win. He hasn't won at a pay-per-view since last year's SummerSlam. He hasn't had a big match since Extreme Rules, and he did take the Poseidon fall in Extreme Rules in the Fatal 5-Way. So yeah, he does need the big win. So hopefully Finn can get that big, gigantic win at SummerSlam for 2 years in a row. And the Demon King, and also remember, he's only lost one match as the Demon King. That was against Samoa Joe in NXT. So can the Demon King continue his undefeated record? Yes. My predictions, yes. Finn Balor, the Demon King, will win. Next up we have is the second title match, and that is the Cruiserweight title. Akira Tozawa challenging Neville. Should be a decently watchable match, but I predict Neville's winning. Neville will be the Cruiserweight champion forever. He should be the Cruiserweight champion to break Gregory Helms' record. Then they have the Hurricane come back to challenge the record, and then the Hurricane gets his head kicked into a Hurricane. I know that was bad. So yeah, have Neville versus Tozawa go. It's going to be fun. Should be better than the Great Balls of Fire. Yeah, it should be better than it because it should be on the main card. Watch them move it to the pre-show. Yeah, Neville retains. I see Neville retaining with probably doing the Red Arrow. Yeah, he'll win doing the Red Arrow because it's SummerSlam, and the last he won with the Red Arrow back at what's that, WrestleMania. Yeah, I see Neville retaining. He's the best booked champion on the roster. He's the best booked, period. Okay, next up we have is the United States Championship match. Fight Owens Fight challenging the Phenomenal One AJ with Shane O'Mac as the special guest referee. This rivalry's been horribly overbooked. I hate to say it when AJ right now is my favorite wrestler in the damn world, and Kevin Owens is right up there. But this rivalry's been overbooked. They've been feuding since what? Since the Superstar Shakeup back in April. I understand you want to sometimes have a long, good feud, but this one has gone on a little bit too long, and it's been too back and forth. So in this match, I do see AJ retain. It should still be a good match. They are two of the best wrestlers in the damn world. Probably two of the best on SmackDown. AJ's definitely the number one. So yeah, that should be fun. And I do see something happening where Shane O'Mac, where Shane's going to have like a questionable call or something. It's going to piss Kevin Owens off. And then leading down the road to the next SmackDown pay-per-view, which I believe is Hell in a Cell, where those two will fight. And then Shane will probably jump off the Hell in a Cell and kill himself this time. Don't do it, Shane. Please. Stop jumping off of shit. Next up we have is another SmackDown match, and that is John Cena versus Baron Corbin, Mr. Money in the Bank. This match, I see it being mediocre to okay, because this is supposed to be Cena's last match on SmackDown before he runs off to Raw, because remember, he's a free agent. And Corbin, being Mr. Money in the Bank, does need a big time match, and that's why they're putting him in this thing with Cena. I do see Corbin winning due to the fact that he is Mr. Money in the Bank, and you can't have Mr. Money in the Bank constantly lose, because a couple weeks ago on SmackDown he lost to Nakamura in just a regularly one-on-one match, and then at the Battleground pay-per-view he had lost due to a DQ, so that's 2 straight losses against Nakamura, who was the #1 contender. He should win. He will win this match probably in like 10 to 15 minutes maybe, because they always give Cena a good long lengthy match, but he should win that way, because I'll get to the rest of Corbin plan later. Next up we have is the Raw Women's Championship. Probably the best booked woman on the roster, Alexa Bliss, taking on Sasha Banks. We already know it's going to be Sasha. I'm saying this because I'm filming this on Monday, so Sasha and Nia has yet to happen. But we already know what's going to happen. Sasha wins, faces Alexa, and I see Alexa still retaining, because if they had plans for her to face Bayley at SummerSlam, Alexa was clearly going to walk out the champion. So odds are that this is probably going to be a better match than Bayley and Alexa would have put off. Maybe better. Yeah, I'd say better than last year's SummerSlam match when it was Sasha versus Alexa. Not Alexa, Charlotte. Sasha versus Charlotte. Last year when it was the first match of the night too, which was definitely weird, but first match of the night, they still had a good match, but this one will definitely be better. I do see Alexa retaining and continuing to eventually lose it down the line to maybe have a rivalry with Nia. Then Sasha maybe gets involved again, or someone else surprisingly gets involved and she loses it. Alexa retains. Next up is the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Natalya versus Naomi. For Natalya, this is pretty much a thank you title match. Like, oh, here you go. Here's a title match at the biggest event of the summer. Natalya loses. Naomi wins in a fairly subpar to okay match. But that's not where the thing comes in. During the match, after Naomi wins, Carmella comes in, cashes in her Money in the Bank. That idiot Ellsworth somehow maybe distracts Naomi, saying, hey, look, my had no chin. Carmella cashes in, wins, and becomes the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. I see that there. Okay, and now before I get to the the two main events I believe should be for both Raw and SmackDown, I'm going to the two matches that have yet to be announced, but are expected to be, or should be announced. First off is the Intercontinental Championship match. As of right now, Miz does not have a title match or a match at SummerSlam. I do expect a championship match for him defending against Jason Jordan or Kurt Angle's Black Sun at SummerSlam. Miz will win. Jason Jordan is not getting over with the fans. I'm one of the people who doesn't like him right now. I liked him in American Alpha with Gable. So Miz will retain him. A match they're going to try to give a good length to, like they did last year. Some knows Miz versus Apollo Crews. Almost the same situation as it was last year for Miz. Intercontinental Champion defending against a babyface that's not getting over as a babyface. So Miz retains. Next we have is the Raw Tag Team title matches. That is Shane Zarro versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. What do you call them? 2/3 of the Shield, I guess. That's where I do see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins winning, getting the tag team titles, and finally giving us this shit. Yeah, that one there could be show stealer as well, because we know Shane Zarro's giving us great tag team matches with the Hardys, the New Day, and Gallows and Anderson, and could do it definitely with Ambrose and Rollins. So yeah. Okay, now it's time to get to the two main event championship matches. First off is the WWE Championship, and that is fuck you Jinder Mahal defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. This match is not going to be good. Mahal has shown he cannot give us a good match. He is horrible. Even against his matches with Randy Orton, it looked like two Randy Ortons fighting. In my opinion, it looked like Randy Orton against a Randy Orton. So, in this match, probably there's going to be some interference from the Singh brothers. Maybe Nakamura gives them both a Kinshasa and kicks their head off somewhere. Mahal tries to get the win, fails. Kinshasa. New WWE Champion, and I believe the first ever Japanese-born WWE Champion. But as Nakamura is celebrating the win and the crowd is singing his theme, because we know that's going to happen, Baron Corbin comes in to cash in Money in the Bank. Actually does cash it in, but does not win, but doesn't win. He loses, becoming only the third ever person to lose the Money in the Bank cash-in, joining John Cena's dumbass for giving CM Punk a week's notice, and Damian Sandow, his dumbass, cashing in on John Cena. Only one who can cash in on Cena and get away with it is Edge. That's the only one who can get away with that. So Nakamura will have won 2 title matches at SummerSlam, beating Corbin and beating Jinder Mahal, and becoming the first ever Japanese-born WWE Champion, if I recall. Yes. And finally, the main event, probably the match that will be match of the night, definitely. Probably could be match of the year for WWE. I mean, it has to go against Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And that is the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship, and that is Brock Lesnar, the Beast, defending against that fool Roman Reigns, the Samoan Submission Machine, Joe, and everybody's favorite man-beast. Oh, I'm sorry, man-beast, that's Rhino. Braun Strowman, who likes to throw chairs at people. This is going to be fun, match of the night. Potentially could be the fabled 5-star match from Meltzer, which I doubt. But in this match, I do have 2 outcomes. One is Brock Lesnar retaining. Because we already know in this match, the reason it's a Fatal 4-Way is to give Brock Lesnar a reason to not have to do much work in this match. Let Reigns, Joe, and Strowman do all the work. Lesnar comes in, Suplex City for about 15-20 minutes. They put him through all the announce tables. They put him through the barricades. Maybe Strowman eats him, but then spits him back out later because Roman hit him with a Superman punch. Dragon Ball Z reference. Then maybe Reigns does all the work because he's what's going to happen. He's taking on the 2 big heels. Lesnar, F5, FU wins. And the other outcome is that Samoa Joe walks out the Universal Champion by pinning either Braun Strowman or Roman Reigns, or even Lesnar because of a spear from Roman, like he did at Extreme Rules, where he stole the win from Roman Reigns. Fib out. And then, which will lead to another match possibly at the next Raw pay-per-view, which I believe is No Mercy, that Lesnar is booked for, where Heyman and Lesnar have a legitimate gripe and all that, saying, he didn't pin me or he didn't legitimately beat me. But yeah, that is my predictions for SummerSlam. SummerSlam is going to have a hard time because of TakeOver. The past 2 years, TakeOver has proven that it is better than SummerSlam and gives SummerSlam a hell of a problem. Because SummerSlam 15 was a good show, but Takeover with Bayley and Sasha just screwed that whole night. And then last year's with Revival and Gargano and Ciampa, DIY, and the main event just hurt last year's SummerSlam. So hopefully this year's doesn't hurt SummerSlam as much. Usually, like it probably will do, but thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed these 2 videos for today. That's right, 2 videos in one day. My Takeover predictions, go watch that one, then come back here and watch this one, or go either way, I don't care. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again. Bye.